The Pokemon franchise in its past few releases hasn't quite lived up to the potential that many thought it had on the Nintendo Switch. Where once we were clamoring and dreaming about what could be possible for a Pokemon home console game, we've been met with nothing but disappointment for the last two releases, and many began to doubt if GameFreak had any creativity or passion left for the Pokemon series. Legends Arceus looks to prove the naysayers and doubters wrong, but does it live up to the potential it has, or does it fall short of expectations? To get the obvious and the elephant in the room out of the way, whether it's the Switch hardware limitations or this being Game Freak's first true attempt to make a larger open world, or Game Freak's inexperience in making these types of games, Legends Arceus suffers from a myriad of graphical and technical limitations that isn't just a random tree texture that many will have a field day and point out to. Many times while entering a cave or dark area, there appears a white outline around the player and Pokemon. It makes very little sense why something like this would appear and takes away from exploring the very few caves that the game has. While walking around in the draw distance, you will often see Pokemon or people move in a very static way that is almost at 2 frames per second. It looks baffling, but the closer you get to it, the more clear up they move and eventually return to normal, but it is always jarring to see every time it happens. And yes, the game's graphics aren't on the caliber that you would see in other open world games or even Nintendo Switch games like a Mario Odyssey or a Breath of the Wild, and this is something that the art direction does very little to hide. Pokemon Legends Arceus isn't like any main series title. There is no gym leader or its equivalent in any town to overcome. As a matter of fact, there's only one main town in the game, Jubilife, which serves as the main hub in the area where many of the game's side quests and main stories will originate in. Legends Arceus isn't a true open world, as you have to return to Jubilife before you can set off to a different area. However, the load times are minimal, making this just a minor inconvenience. The main focus of Legends Arceus is one that anyone who's ever played a Pokemon game may be familiar with, completing the Pokédex. However, unlike in past titles where the Pokédex pages are filled after capturing a Pokemon, in Legends Arceus you must fulfill objectives on each Pokemon before their page is filled. This can range from capturing them, feeding them certain items, watching them perform a move, or battling them amongst others. This gameplay loop can become very addicting very quickly, as there is very little transition between capturing multiple Pokemon at any given time. The only transition that ever occurs is whenever you decide to battle them. Battling has also been altered. Those who have been playing Pokemon for a long time will instantly notice the lack of abilities. Once a Pokemon has used a move a certain number of times, so he'll have mastered it and be able to perform the move in either Strong Style or Agile Style. Strong Style performs the moves in a much more powerful manner, but it causes your Pokemon to lose turns. Agile Style, on the other hand, allows for a weaker version of the move, but gives the ability to get more chances. Within the open fields of the Hisui area also lie the Alpha Pokemon. Alpha Pokemon are much larger and can be much more aggressive than your standard Pokemon. You can attempt to sneak up and capture these behemoths, or battle them. You can whittle their health down and attempt to capture them again. However, these Pokemon will hit hard, and will cause several of your Pokemon to faint if you are not properly prepared. The Pokemon in Legends Arceus stand out as they each behave differently. Some are more docile and run away from you the moment you come up on them. Others have a curiosity to them, and come across you and even interact with you. Others will attempt to chase you away. It's this creativity and this thought into the Pokemon in this game that really gives you a sense of wonder and amazement, as you never know what you're going to encounter or how you're going to encounter, and it makes each encounter unique. Legends Arceus takes place hundreds of years before the events of Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. You find yourself sent back in time with the only message of going back home being completing the Pokédex. As you awake near Jubilife, you'll come to find out that there are very few, if any, trainers in the world, as the means to capture Pokemon has only recently been discovered. In order to survive and live amongst the villagers of Jubilife, you are recruited into the Survey Corps of the Galactic Expedition, under the command of Captain Silene and Commander Kamado. As you continue to climb up the ranks of the Survey Corps, you're entrusted to calm down the rampage of the noble Pokemon Lords throughout Hisui. Each of the lords are revered by the Diamond and Pearl clans, so calming their frenzy becomes a high priority, not only for the safety of the people of Hisui, but for also potentially finding your way back home. Assisting you in your journey are several other noble Pokemon. Though the story is fairly simple, there is enough intrigue in the mystery of why you were sent back in time to motivate you to continue on. Not only that, but many of the characters you encounter have a certain charm to their personality that you can't help but develop an attachment to them. This rings especially true for the leaders of the Diamond and Pearl clans, Ottoman and Irida respectively. The Pokemon has told better stories and has had other characters with more development. The story and characters in Arceus is leaps and bounds than the story and characters of Sword and Shield. The graphics of Legends Arceus is definitely one of the game's bigger flaws, an issue that's not helped by the art direction or style. Though the aesthetic works well enough in Jubilife Village, it is the only village in the game, and so the Meiji era aesthetic gets lost. Otherwise, you're just wandering through forest and open fields. The game's music, on the other hand, is a pleasure to listen to, and makes wandering through the wilderness of Hisui such a relaxing trek. Whether it's the remixes to existing songs from Diamond and Pearl, or many of the instrumental pieces, the music is a treat. The music also changes whenever you're about to be attacked by an alpha Pokemon. One moment you can be listening to a beautiful, relaxing tune, and then this sense of danger suddenly pops in as you're attacked by one of the game's many alpha Pokemon. It's changes in music like this that truly make Arceus stand out from other Pokemon titles. Pokemon Legends Arceus is a fantastic step forward in terms of gameplay design and storytelling, and shows us a glimpse of what the future of the Pokemon series could be. The large areas could use for some better points of interest, and the technical performance of the game leaves a lot to be desired. But the freedom of playing the game at your own leisure, the appeal of being able to catch Pokemon without the need to transition into battle, and the ability to capture many of them on the field, in the overworld, and battling many of them at once truly does make for an addicting gameplay experience. GameFreak has in turn laid a good foundation for how they can build the next generation of Pokemon. Whether or not they take this model and improve on it is a completely different question. But what they gave us with Legends Arceus, simply put, is an addicting and fun time.